Hey, hello students, again I'm here in front of you to discuss about the ninth standard second chapter. So this is a very big chapter as we are discussing from many classes. So right, uh, again we are in the last portion of your chapter, right? So in this video we are going to discuss about the physical and chemical changes of the matter. Okay, right? So we know that the matter they are going to change physically also, and even they are going to change chemically also. Then what is the difference between the physical change and the chemical change? So we are going to understand everything, each and everything, so in this video. So first of all, let's discuss about the physical change. What do you mean by the physical change? Right. Physical nothing but it comes under the color, the hardness, and the many things are there which comes under the physical change. What do you mean by physical change? The process by which brings about the changes in the physical property, right? No new substances are formed. If any change is there which happens by the physical property, just consider the skin color of mine. Okay, so I become little bit white and again I become the black. So it doesn't change anything, right? I am not going to change. I am going to remain same as usual. Only it's going to change in the some physical properties, right? If you're a slim, you become the a little bit thick means, so that becomes only the physical change. But you are not going to change anything. You will be you only. Only your body structure is changing, maybe, right? So it means that only it changes comes about the physical property of the matter. Physically, how the matter is appearing or looking, on those factor only it is changing. The no new substances are formed. You have to remember this point very carefully, right? No new substances are formed in the physical change, right? Just consider we have the ice. Ice is what? Ice is solid. Solid is a solid, right? Heat the ice, becomes water, right? What is water? Water is liquid. Again heat the water, it becomes gas, right? It is a vapor. Vapor is what? Vapor is a gas, right? So only the physically it is changing. Physical appearance of the water is changing, but the water is water only. What is the water? Water is H2O. In all the cases, it is the H2O only. H2O is not changing. What is changing? Only the physical property of the matter. It's a solid, liquid or gas. It comes under the physical property. The chemical property is the H2O. Chemically, it is not changing anything. Whether it may be ice, it may be vapor, it may be liquid. That all kinds of the changes are, again, they are only the same meaning. It's the water only. If it's the ice means, we will tell it's a different thing. No, we will not tell like that. It's the water only. Whether it may be in a liquid form, in a solid form, or in a gas form, it is the water only. Means no new changes is observed in case of the physical change, and the physical changes brings about only the changes in the physical property of the matter. Which example, color, change in the color. सिर्फ कलर बदल रहा है तो क्या हो गए वो फिजिकल चेंज में आ गए हो, राइट? हार्डनेस, राइट? द हार्डनेस अगेन कम्स अंडर द फिजिकल चेंज. Rigidity again comes under the physical change. Fluidity, physical change. Fluidity nothing but it is the capacity of the liquid to flow from one place to another place, right? The density, mass by volume, it is also the physical change. Means you can say that the density of the ice is lesser than the density of the water. Means ice is also water, but you can change in the physically, we can say that there is a change in the density. Melting point, the ice melting point is different, okay? So again the boiling point. Means only the physical properties all are comes under physical property. Color, hardness, rigidity, fluidity, density, melting point, boiling point. These all things again comes under the physical changes or physical property of the matter. Do you know what is the melting point? The temperature at which the solid becomes gas. Liquid is called as melting point. Liquid becomes gas is called as the boiling point. Right. So these all changes occurs in case of the physical change. Then what do you mean by the chemical change? Right. The changes, right, the process in which new substances are formed and chemical property of the substances get changed are called as chemical change. In the physical change, no new substance is formed, but in the chemical change, the new substance is formed, right? And also, there is the chemical property are going to change. Here the physical properties are going to change. Here the chemical properties are going to change. Here no new substance is formed. Here the new substance is formed. Example is odor, right? And again the inflammability. Inflammability means the thing at which kept in on the fire. So that is the inflammability. So means these all things are going to change in a chemical change matter, right? Simple thing. Just consider that you have cooked the rice in a pan, right, in a bowl, and afterwards you kept it for 1 or 2 days. So after keeping that rice 1 or 2 days, it will get the bad smell. The bad smell is not the physical change, it's the chemical change, because the rice is rice only. The rice has not changed. Means the rice is rice only. Physically it is never changed. But if you smell it, it gives the very bad smell. Means the smell, odor, we can call the odor nothing but it is the smell. Change in the smell comes under the chemical change, right? And again, you are going to put the substance on the fire also. When you are going to put the substance on the fire, it is the chemical change, not the physical change. सिंपल ले लो, कैसा एक पेपर है समझो, राइट? इस पेपर को मैं बताता हूँ आपको मैं कैसा. कंसिडर इन दिस शेप, ऐसे समझो. इसको मैं तोड़ा मरोड़ा, फिजिकल अपीयरेंस चेंज हो रहा, फिजिकल अपीयरेंस चेंज हो रहा, राइट? बट केमिकली कुछ भी चेंज नहीं हो रहा, अभी भी ये पेपर ही है, राइट? अब इस सेप पेपर को क्या करेंगे, माचिस लगा के जला देंगे इसको, राइट? माचिस लगा के जलाने के बाद ये पेपर रहता है क्या बूदी बन जाता है? एशेस. एशेस एंड पेपर बोथ आर सेम. आर इट सेम? नो, इट्स नॉट सेम, राइट? सो ये बदल गया पूरा. अब इसको कितना भी मोड़ो तरोड़ो, ये फिजिकली चेंज हो रहा है. फिजिकल चेंज में न्यू सब्सटेंस फॉर्म नहीं हो रहा है इधर. नो न्यू सब्सटेंस इज फॉर्मड, इट्स लाइक इन अ पेपर ओनली. बट इसी पेपर को आप इन्फ्लेमेबिलिटी में डालो, मतलब केमिकल चेंज में डालो, इसको थोड़ा माचिस लगा के जला दो. इसको जलने के बाद ये पेपर क्या बन जाता है? ऐश में बन जाता है. तो पेपर ऐश दोनों सेम है, डिफरेंट है? दे आर डिफरेंट. सो न्यू सब्सटेंस इज फॉर्मड और नॉट? यस, द न्यू सब्सटेंस इज फॉर्मड हियर. यस, इट इज द न्यू सब्सटेंस. जब भी आप कुछ चीज को जलाते वो न्यू सब्सटेंस फॉर्म होता. फिजिकल चेंज में क्या होता है मालूम है? और एक डिफरेंस बताता हूँ फिजिकल केमिकल चेंज को. देखो अगेन ये पेपर ले लो, ये करंट ए शेप में है, आप समझो, राइट? ये शेप में है. इसको एग्जांपल में समझ रहा हूँ मैं, ऐसे उसको फाड़ दिया मैं, राइट? फिजिकली चेंज होगा, केमिकल कुछ भी नहीं, अभी भी ये पेपर ही है. अब मैं ये जो चेंज किया ना, पहले जो शेप था ना, उस शेप में इसको मैं फिर से ला सकता हूँ. अगेन इट इज पॉसिबल टू ब्रिंग इन इट्स ओरिजिनल पोजिशन, राइट? अगेन जैसा था वैसे चाह गए. मतलब फिजिकल चेंज को रिवर्स भी कर सकते हैं हम. कैसा? अगर आइस वाटर बन रहा है, वाटर को फिर आइस भी बना सकते हैं हम. सिंपल है. इट्स अ पॉसिबल और इट्स अ रिवर्सेबल रिएक्शन. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार आइस वाटर बन गया अब तो आइस ही नहीं बन सकता दोबारा. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. और फिर वाटर वेपर बन गया, फिर वेपर को मैं वाटर भी बना सकता हूं मैं. द रिवर्स प्रोसेस इज पॉसिबल वेयर इन द फिजिकल चेंज. फिजिकल चेंज में आप प्रोसेस को रीगेन कर सकते. सिंपल, आप समझो आप बहुत पतले हो, यू आर वेरी थिन, राइट? खाए, बहुत खाए, 2-3 महीना खाए, खाने के बाद मोटे हो गए, राइट? तो आपका क्या चेंज हो गया? इज इट फिजिकल चेंज और केमिकल चेंज? इज फिजिकल चेंज. अब आप मोटे हो गए, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप लाइफ लॉन्ग मोटे रह जाओगे, राइट? थोड़ा खाना पीना छोड़ो, थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज करो, अपने को ओरिजिनल पोजीशन में आ जाओगे। मतलब फिजिकल चेंज है ना, ये परमानेंट चेंज नहीं है, ये टेम्पररी चेंज है। ये फिजिकल चेंज इज नॉट अ परमानेंट चेंज, इट इज अ टेम्पररी चेंज। सो टेम्पररी चेंज कैन बी रिवर्सिबल। आप पतले से मोटे बन गए, फिर मोटे से पतले बन सकते, इट इज अ टेम्पररी चेंज। बट इसको एक बार जला दो, जला के ऐश में डालो, फिर ऐश को इकट्ठा करके पेपर बना दो, इज इट पॉसिबल? नहीं, एक बार जल गया, खत्म हो गया। केमिकल चेंजेस आर परमानेंट चेंजेस। द केमिकल चेंजेस आर द परमानेंट चेंजेस, दे कैनॉट बी रिवर्स्ड। एक बार बन गए तो बन गया, उसको हम रिवर्स नहीं कर सकते। इट्स इम्पॉसिबल टू reverse the chemical changes, but the physical changes can be reversible. I hope you understood this one. Now the types of the pure substances, right? Which substances are the pure? Means they need to be made up of the single atoms. Okay, the single form of the atoms or the elements, they are called as the pure substances, right? In the pure substances, there are two types are there, right? There are the two types of the pure substance are there. First one is called as the elements, and second is the compound. So these both are comes under the pure form. Mixture is not a pure. Mixture is the comes under the impure form of the material, right? Then what is the element first? We will discuss about one by one. What is the element? Then after we will discuss about the compound. Elements, it is the basic. Actually, the scientist is the Levi-Strauss. According to the Levi-Strauss, it is the basic form of a matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by the chemical reaction. Means the element is already present in a pure form. It is present in that much pure form that pure form cannot be broken down. Just consider, it is the iron. Iron is element or compound? Yes, it is element. Iron sulfate. It is element or compound? It is a compound because iron is there, sulfur is there, oxygen is there. Means it is made up of more than one element, right? So it becomes a compound. So Fe is the element, right? This element cannot be broken down. How to break this one? It is the only one. एक ही है, इसको ब्रेक कैसे करते हैं आप? So it is already present in a pure form. The pure form substances are, they cannot be broken down or they cannot be simplified further. But this can be simplified further. Fe को Fe कर दो, सल्फेट को सल्फेट कर दो, सेपरेट कर सकते हैं हम. अगेन आप सल्फेट को भी सेपरेट कर सकते हैं. S को बाहर निकालो और O को बाहर निकालो. Is it possible, right? It can be simplified. Means the compound can be simplified, but the element cannot be simplified. Element is the element that cannot be broken down into simpler substances because it's already present in a single form. Single form को break नहीं कर सकते. It is already present in a single form, right? Again, the elements are classified into the three types: metals, non-metals, metalloids, right? So these are the three types of the elements. Now we'll discuss the properties of one by one: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. So now we'll discuss about the properties of the metals and non-metals, right? So now we'll discuss about the properties of the metals and non-metals. I written both of them at a time, okay, to understand the difference between what are the metals and non-metals. First one is metals. They have, or they are lustrous. Lustrous means nothing but they have the shiny surfaces, right? You just take the examples of the metals like the gold, silver, copper, zinc, what nickel, iron. So you take that they have the shiny surfaces, right? When you taken the steel item of your houses outside in the presence of the sunlight during the Diwali and Deepavali, when you are washing all the things of you, so just keep outside, right? You are going to see that they are going to shine in the presence of the sunlight, right? Means the metals are, they have the shining surfaces and they shines in the presence of the sunlight. That's the first property. If the metals are shining surfaces, have the shining surface means the opposite will be non-metals. The non-metals are non-lustrous, means the non-metals do not have any shining surfaces. They are not shining in the presence of the sunlight. Then the metals, they conduct heat and electricity, right? Metals conduct heat and electricity. Simple. You check in your house that the wirings, all the wirings, you just tear the PVC of that wire, outside coating, and you can see inside that there is a metal, right? The wiring is a full metal, right? Why we are using the metals only in the transmission of electricity? Because the metals only conduct the electricity and even the heat also. While you are drinking the tea or coffee in a metal containers or in a metal glasses, you may have observed that when you are holding that glass, you are going to see the very much hot, right? Why it is going to see very much hot? Because of it is conducting the inside heat to the environment. Means the heat is passing. What is mean the conduction? Conduction is nothing but when something is coming, it is to be allowed. When it is to be allowed, is called as conductive. When it is opposed, it is called as resistive, right? It is not resisting, it is conducting, right? You see that a non-metal which is sticked, the thermosetting plastic, which is put it to the cooker, the black color, it's called thermosetting plastic, right? When you're holding that one, the whole cooker will be hot, right? But you cannot feel the hot when you're putting hand on the thermosetting plastic, right? Why? Because it is a heat resisting, it is not conducting. It is a non-metal. The cooker is a metal and the rubber which is kept in there, that is a non-metal, right? It is heat resisting, the cooker is heat allowing. Means the metals conduct heat and electricity. That is the reason we are using the metals in the transmission of electricity. The metals need to be used in the transmission of electricity only because of the property of the metals conduct heat and electricity, right? Then what about the non-metal? The non-metal do not conduct heat and electricity. There are the exceptions are there. That the exceptions is not given in your syllabus. Even the non-metal which is conduct electricity is the graphite. The graphite is a non-metal which conduct heat and electricity. What is the non-metal? Is the lustrous, is the iodine. Exceptions are there. One or two exceptions are there. Means only some will conduct and some maximum will not conduct. Means the metals conduct heat and electricity, all the metals. But only the non-metal do not conduct electricity, but only except the graphite. That is the second property. Then what about the third property? They are ductile. Which are metals are ductile. What do you mean by ductile? The ductility definition, if you know, means if you already studied in the 8th standard, means it's the property of the material to drawn into the thin wires. You just check that the wirings of your cable, the wirings of your electricity, they all are made with the thin wire. They all are thin wires. The many thin wires, they are combined together and it's made of wire. Okay. So that property of the metal is called as ductility. Means when the matter or any material is taken to the small or the thin wiring, so that are called as a ductility. Means the metals are ductile, but the non-metal cannot be ducted. They do not have the ductility property, nothing but they are non-ductile. मतलब non-metal को हम thin wire में बदल नहीं सकते. The non-metals are non-ductile. Then the fourth property is they are malleable, right? The non-metals are malleable. What do you mean by the malleability property? It is a property of the element to drawn into the thin sheets. Ductile means thin wire, malleability means thin sheets. So means even the metals can be drawn into the thin sheets. That property of the metal is called as malleability. Simple. I will give you the best example. Whenever going to visit to the sweet market, right? I would go to take the ladus and some of the sweet items. When you get passed or something, the happy things moment what happened to your any of your family, or you taken something new, the bike, the car, these all things. On those time you are going to bring the ladus and different sweet items. You may see that they are covered with the coatings, right? The coating is maybe with the silver, or nowadays it is the gold work also is there, right? So what you are seeing, the coating of the silver plate will be there upon that one, all the sweets. It is actually the silver. It is not a fake. It is actually the gold. It is not a fake. then are you telling that, sir, we are eating the silver and gold, is it bad for the health? No, the silver is good for the health, then don't eat the silver, right? If I said it's good for the health, but mani ho tindri hai na kunti. So not like that. When it is drawn into the thin sheets, thin sheet means if you want to know the diameter of that sheets means you take your hair, right? Again there are the millimeters in the hair. Again means even it is not present in our hair, the diameter also means that much thin sheets are there. Even if you're touching that one also, it will break. That much soft will be there. That property of the metal is called as malleability. And the most malleable metals are silver and gold only. Which are the most malleable metals? Silver and gold only, right? But what about the non-metals? The non-metals are non-malleable. मतलब आप उसको thin sheets में कर नहीं सकते. Simple. अगर आप non-metal को thin sheets में करने को गए तो नहीं छोड़ो. Neither they are ductile nor they are malleable. Means both properties are not satisfying in case of the non-metal conditions, right? Then the fifth property is they are sonorous. What do you mean by the sonorous? The sonorous is nothing but it is the property of the metal or the property of a material to produce a sound. From where the sound is producing, right? The metals are sonorous. We are telling that the metals are sonorous. Means the metal can produce a sound. If you see in your school bell, whether a school bell is made up of a metal or a plastic. Plastic is a non-metal, right? The school bell is made up of the metal or non-metal. Yes, it is made up of a metal. और उस मेटल को क्या करो आप, ये कर्चिफ दस्ती ले लो, ये दस्ती से उसको जाके मारो, साउंड आता है. आता कैसा? नहीं आता. क्यों नहीं आता? Whether it may be metal, but again you need to hit that one with the solid thing only. तो अगेन उस मेटल को आप किसके साथ हिट करना है, वो सरफेस भी हार्ड रहना, तब भी साउंड प्रोड्यूस होता है. इसी के लिए सिंपल एग्जांपल बताता हूं मैं आपको, एज आई ऑलरेडी सेड टू द सेम 10th आल्सो. पास करो, स्टार्ट करो फास्ट. So simple, take an example that ಮನೆ ಗಂಗಾಥಮಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಗಂಗಾಥಮಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ डन बोल के फेंक देते. डन बोल के फेंकने के बाद, सॉरी इट्स डिस्कनेक्टिंग, दैट वाज आई एम यूजिंग दिस वन. डन बोल के फेंक देते. फेंकने के प्लेट आवाज आता, राइट? गिरने का आवाज आता. आवाज आने के बाद मम्मी अंदर से गालियां देते, राइट? बट यू बेड, प्लेट ले लो, प्लेट को क्या करो मालूम है, जाके बेड के ऊपर डाल दो, फेंक दो. साउंड आता क्या? नहीं आता साउंड. So again it requires surfaces for its getting the sound produced, right? So simple, the metals are the sonorous. That's the reason the metals are used. So you may be seen the sitar, you may be seen the guitar. So they all are having the metals. उसके अंदर प्लास्टिक डाल के करो, साउंड आता क्या? नहीं आता. क्यों? Because can produce the sound. The metals are going to produce the sound. That's the reason the metals are called as they are the sonorous. Then what about the non-metals? Sonorous. The non-metals are non-sonorous. Means the non-metal do not produce any of the sounds. That's the reason the non-metals are called as the non-sonorous. Can you give some examples of the metals and non-metals? Simple. Cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gold, mercury. So this all comes under the metals. So these all are the metals. What about the non-metals? Carbon, oxygen, sulfur, hydrogen, non-metal. So again many things will come in case of the non-metals. So these are the non-metals which satisfy. These are the metals which satisfies these properties. So the reason the property of the metals and non-metals are very important. Even for your 10th, you will get again revise of this chapter. If you are reading this chapter very carefully or very, if you understand this one very, this means you are going to help in this. So the same chapter is there and the even same properties are there. That is going to repeat in the 10th standard also. So it is very important. Get remember. Okay. I hope you will write this of metals and non-metals at least 4 to 5 times, because that may bring you the practice. Until you're not going to practice, nothing is going to come. Okay. Just practice them very nicely. You are going to get the very best result, and even that might help you in the. So that much is enough for the today class. Again, in the tomorrow class, we are going to discuss about some more things about the or not. So that is enough for the today class. So stay home, stay focused. We'll be right again next back with the second next video. So bye bye.